Your friends are scrolling through short content, but you, my friend, you're here to learn. Welcome to TRS Clips. Do you think things like crystals can actually be some sort of portals?
If they can do, I'm sure it's only positive. Considering we have to see the origin of the crystals. The crystals are coming from the core of the earth. Earth has been something that we all have been worshipping in some way or the other, not just religious point of view, but we keep thanking her or him, or we keep giving something in return because it is letting us live and giving oxygen and everything, food and all. All comes from the earth.
I think it's a her.
It's a her, yeah.
Bhumima.
So yeah, and if something so divine who is kind of protecting us, and it's like her, she's a mother in that, for that matter. A mother will never give you something that contains negative energy. That's a very non-religious point of view. Nothing religious in there. But I believe that there are certain things, even for that matter, we were talking about plants right now in the studio. If a plant is used, let's say there's a tree and we break one of its branches and we are trying to hit someone, a plant is being used for a negative purpose. Same way for the crystal. If the person who is using it is using for negative impact, negative reasons, negative results, of course the negativity will be channeled through the crystal, and it might harm the person against whom that person is doing whatever, any kind of projection. But origin of anything in this world, every negative person, he was never born negative. The negativity got into him by something or the other. Same for the crystals as well. When they are bought in, they're never negative. They're in a very neutral, in fact, in a very positive stage. It is us who kinds of puts in all those things to it, and either we can carry it to make it very divine, or we can throw them down the spectrum and make it very negative. So crystals, I don't think they can be portals to hell or negativity unless someone is intentionally doing it.
You want to say anything about crystals?
I think crystals, I think it's one of the crystals should be your best friend. They are something like that. And of course, not many people have the knowledge, but through internet now, many people can get that knowledge. And the crystals that are supposed to come to you, they will speak to you. So if you have an inclination to them, maybe start researching on them over the internet, or go to a crystal shop and then keep an eye, or basically keep your senses open. Some crystal will call you that in a way that, please check me out, and I might be of help of something that you are going through right now.
Sounds like my love life, dude. I'm kidding.
You need rose quartz for that matter.
I have lots of rose quartz. No, but
yeah, crystals do speak.
Imagine a rock that's faced millions and maybe billions of years of pressure, heat, sunlight, rain, all sorts of formats of weather, and then changes its own chemical composition to look a certain way and supposedly to have certain effects on the human life.
Yeah.
That's the power crystal. Now imagine that same rock that's been facing all those things was always meant to be yours.
Yeah.
Or at least it was meant to come to you and then be passed on to someone else, maybe your kids.
And it's like kind of destined that thousands of years ago it started forming so that you could get hold of it. So it was kind of, your name is kind of inscribed on that crystal. You should be lucky.
Yeah, there have been some friends of mine who are tarot readers, who actually stopped collecting certain crystals because they said that it brought heavy duty effects on their life, which means that overall it was still positive. But in order to give you a positive experience, it first cleaned up your karmas by sometimes putting you in a road accident. You think things like that happen with some intense crystals?
Again, I don't think that can happen. We can always pinpoint our things to some things. I'm not saying your friends are wrong for that matter. They could be all correct. Personally, for me, I have never encountered something because of crystals. So for that matter, we have been into crystals for the last 5 years now, and we intensively deal with them because we recommend people for nightmares and if they want to maintain positivity in their houses. So we keep on recommending, and there's a reason. And that's why we also have a lot of crystals in our home of different amethysts and pyrites and obsidian and all kinds of things. as of now, I can always blame my karma on that crystal, but we have to imagine, can a crystal, of course, it has a lot of energy and a lot of EMF and everything, considering it all comes from the earth. Can it really affect a human being to that extent?
Yeah.
You know?
On the last 2 episodes, we spoke about how spirits, ghosts,
Yeah.
demons are drawn to places and people that contain high
EMF.
electromagnetic
Field.
force.
Field.
Field.
EMF, yeah.
I'm 110% sure that raw crystals, at least, forget raw crystals, but any kind of crystals, they do have an effect on the electromagnetic field that they're
Yeah.
placed in.
Yeah.
Therefore, do they attract some kind of spirits?
So yeah, in that matter, let's say, again, there are two things like I shared. Let's say the crystals, for example, a crystal shop, they have a lot of crystals as compared to what we have right now. They deal with a lot of crystals than we can ever deal with. But we will never see their shop get haunted, because for them, those crystals are good. They are radiating positivity. They are radiating divinity. So the crystals are programmed in a way that they'll keep every negative entity away from the shop. There could be the good ones coming in. There could be the divines one coming in, and which are kind of necessary because they guide us. I think we talked about it last time. They guide us and they help us, they protect us, which is necessary. But let's say someone is using it for all the wrong things. Of course, it is going to attract that same kind of entities of the kind of frequency that person is radiating.
Why do you think crystals are used in black magic?
So now we have to see the source. Like you said, for thousands and millions of years, for that matter, few crystals are going under the pressure, all kinds of weathering and all, to form or to become something. Now, because of that very experience, they're also a kind of how do I use the word? It's like they are kind of holding a lot of energy for that thing. The more the oldest a crystal is, the more power it holds. That's how it is, because staying under that pressure and going through the radiations of the earth and everything, it's gathering its own energy. It's like a bomb, either we can use it for more research or we can drop it somewhere and kill some people. So for few people, because of that energy it's holding, they can use it for their own enlightenment, for their own meditation, for their own growth, because they are kind of channeling the energy it has and the energy they have, and they're kind of bridging the gap between the two. And that's how crystals helps in growing spirituality wise. But let's say a person doesn't want to grow spiritually and wants to harm someone. It's like I'm using that same energy that the crystals have, and I'm projecting in a very negative way. So that's how they can also harm. And that's why a lot of crystals are also used in dark magic. But a lot of times, a lot of crystals have been found that no matter how much negativity you put on them or intend on them, they always reflect back to that person. So there's certain crystals which cannot be used by in any dark magic.
Any particular crystal?
Black obsidian, for that matter. Black obsidian is a crystal because of the color black. And because of how intensely it is formed in the Earth's core, it will not absorb any negativity. The moment you start intending something negative, it will reflect back to you. It will only take positivity. And black obsidian crystal is one of the best crystals to protect yourself from demonic entities and inhuman entities.
So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you check out this playlist for more videos just like this. It's TRS Clips.